Good morning.
Good
Welcome
morning.
back to our morning meetings. I'm so excited to see everybody. Can everybody say hi? Before we get to any questions or anything, I want to let Ms. Martinez tell us whatever information she has for us about Gifted.
I just wanted to know if Marcelo had any questions or concerns, or if anybody needed help with anything with the assignments. I can't see Marcelo. I don't know where he went.
Marcelo, do you have any questions?
Oh, hi, Marcelo.
No.
You're good with the assignments?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Well, let mom or dad know that if they have any questions that they can message me, okay? Sounds good? You're doing okay?
Yeah.
All right. All right, buddy. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Ms. Martinez. While we're on the topic of Gifted, I had some questions in the dojo yesterday, so I want to make sure everybody understands. Right now, Marcelo's the only one that has to do the Gifted homework. If you see something on Ms. Martinez's homework website or a project that she's doing sounds really fun and you want to do it too, you don't have to do it, but you can absolutely do that at home and work on the project or work on the activities that she's sending for Marcelo. And I'll find a way to make sure you guys get some extra points or something, some extra credit for that for science, okay? Or for social studies.
What I can do is I'll send you what I have posted, and then if they want to do it, they can do it.
Okay? Everybody give me a thumbs up if you understand. Yes? Just for funsies, if you want to do something, a little extra fun project at home. Awesome. All right. Ms. Cocas, do you have anything that you want to start off with?
I can go over the work for today really quick.
Perfect.
So yesterday you guys went over and you read now what's that sound, and you found the problem and the solution. Today you're going to read a different story, okay? Let me show you. Give me 1 second. Okay, so here's the problem and solution. Remember, a problem is something that a person wants to do, change, or find out. The solution is the way the person solves the problem. So today you're going to read the story Whistle for Willie. So you have to figure out what Willie's problem is and how he solves it. Okay, so you can get this story from the Connect Ed website, or you can get it from my homework website online, and it has a YouTube link. Okay, so remember, you're going to fill out your reading log, what was the problem in the story, and what was the solution. Okay, we're also going to work on, that's an example of how to complete it, suffixes. Okay, so suffixes are at the end of a word that changes its meaning. So if you have full at the end of the word, it means full of, like cheerful, joyful, and hopeful. If you have less at the end of a word, it means without, just like helpless, fearless, and useless. If you have or at the end of the word, it means a person who, like tailor, visitor, and sailor. So for today, on your page, you're gonna have what looks like this. Okay, it says, read the word, use the meaning of the underlined suffix to help you match the word to its meaning. For example, number 1 says hopeless. You have to draw a line to the meaning. Does that mean full of joy, a person who sails, without hope, without use, or a person who visits? So the answer would be without hope. So you would just circle without hope. So remember, if you don't have a printer and can't print this out, that is okay. All you have to do is fill it out on a piece of paper, just like this, and that is fine. Okay, so that's what we're doing. We're doing Whistle for Willie today, and we're also doing suffixes. Okay, does everybody understand? Thumbs up. All right. Remember, those 2 things have to be turned in today. Have mommy and daddy upload them to the website. Okay, thumbs up. All righty.
All right, guys. So I guess that means it's my turn. I've already been looking through some of your math assignments you guys uploaded. Good job. Can everybody give me a high five? Good job. Awesome. And do me a big favor and say a big thank you to mom or dad or tia or abuela or abuelo, whoever helped you submit your homework yesterday and did it the right way. Go give them a high five later when we're done and tell them Ms. Collado says thumbs up. You did a good job. Okay. So make sure that you go back in, guys, and have them help you check on the feedback. I want to show you some of the questions that I saw we were having a hard time with. Let me go ahead and share my screen. So does this look familiar to everybody? Is this what we were looking at last night? Okay. So I saw that most of us remembered how to count our tens and ones, which was very exciting. Good job. I love when you guys remember what we've already done, especially since we took a little break from using tens and ones models, our base 10 models, to work on shapes. So that's always a little bit, we got to like remember what we did before, right, guys? So for the most part, we did okay with counting our tens and ones. So we remember that the sticks or the rods count for 10 each. And then each of the little cubes count for ones, okay? Some of us weren't very careful when we were counting. So make sure that you remember you can use your pencil and you can cross them out as you go so that you can see which ones you've already counted. You don't count any 2 times. You don't miss any while you're counting, okay? But the one that I saw the most people having a hard time with was this one right here, guys. The last question, okay? And it was a tough question and it had a lot of parts. So I actually counted it as 2 questions. So I want to explain so you guys understand how to work the question and how I gave points for if you got it right or wrong, okay? So the instructions say, draw the same number using only tens. Write how many tens and ones. Write the number in 2 different ways, okay? So the very first thing that I did, the first thing that I checked was this part right here. Okay, because that was like its own question. So if you were able to count all the tens and count all the ones and tell me how many there were, then you got that part of the question right. So if we count this together, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit here. There we go. Is that better? So if we count our tens, we can cross them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then you can write on the line that you have 6 tenths. And then this is where it might get a little bit confusing if we don't remember how we used to do these questions in class. When we count the ones, let's see how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ones. Okay? So now, because we've already learned this lesson and we know that when we have 10 ones, we can glue them together. We can make them into one group and draw it as another 10. Sometimes this is where it gets a little bit confusing. So make sure that at the end, you added all the pieces together correctly, okay? Then on this next line, we're going to take the tens, and instead of writing it as 6 tens, we're gonna write the number that that really means, right? We know that in our real language, when we're talking about 6 tens, it's actually 60. And we know that 10 ones is the same because it's already telling us how many ones there are altogether. And then we remember that we can add our tens together. 6 tens and 1 10 is 7 tens. That's 70, okay? So for the most part, we were able to answer these types of questions on the homework. We just want to make sure, look how I crossed out all the pieces. So I know I only counted each piece 1 time and that I counted all of them, okay? But then some of us, when we were reading, forgot that it told us to draw, or that our other example had to be only tens, okay? So what does that mean? When we're drawing, we got to use this kind of model, our base 10 blocks, our sticks and circles as we like to call them. But we need to figure out how to show this number 70 using only tens. And I can see that there are that there's a 0 in the ones place. I have no ones left over. So if I draw 70 in tens, let's see how many tens I need. Let's count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, okay? You guys show me with your fingers how many tens I needed? How many tens did I use? Everybody show me. Put up your 2 hands so I can see them. I want to see you guys counted them. Good, looking good. All right, so it looks like most of us counted correctly. I have 7 tens. And I didn't need to use any ones. So I can write here that I had 7 tens and 0 ones left over. So remember, now down here is where I change it from groups of tens and groups of ones to just the number that that represents. So I have 70 plus 0 equals 70. Okay, so now when I go back to the instructions, let's check. Did I remember to draw? There's my picture. Did I use only tens? Yes. Did I write how many tens and ones there were? Yes. And did I do it in 2 different ways? Right, those are different ways. On this side, I have 6 tens and 10 ones. And on this side, I have 7 tens and 0 ones. So I'm showing the same number in 2 different ways. Okay? Let me get you guys back. Does that make sense? Can everybody give me a thumbs up if you understood? Okay, so thinking back on your homework, if you got that question wrong, it's okay. You're gonna get that feedback on the assignment on the homework page. So I want you guys to go back and look at it, see what questions you got right and see what questions you got wrong. And we're gonna keep working on that. Our next assignment, which we have later this week for math, another math page, we'll keep working on the same thing, okay? Does anybody have a question about social studies that we did yesterday? So yesterday we were supposed to go on and read about goods and services. Was everybody able to log in? Can you give me a thumbs up if you did your social studies reading yesterday? Let me see. Okay, so it looks like a lot of us did our social studies. That's awesome. If you guys have any questions about that, if there's an issue with like you're trying to click on the buttons and it's not working or you're not sure where to go, take a screenshot or have mom and dad take a screenshot and send that to us on Dojo, because if I can see what's going on, I can help you a lot more than if you're just trying to tell me what the issue is, okay? Ms. Cocas, do you have anything to add before we go?
Just if mommies and daddies have questions about anything we're doing today, tell them to message me and I'll go ahead and answer those questions, okay guys?
We are standing by our phones ready to answer Dojo's, okay? All right, guys, everybody wave. Bye. See you tomorrow.
Bye.